crash and burn.
Hey, so tonight I wanted to discuss Scott Hall's sort of one-off ambient sort of electronic side project that he released through Relapse way back in the early 2000s, and that record is Requiem. I love how Relapse is known for releasing these sort of really odd, like I said, one-off records from people who are really, I was looking into the light there, I wasn't even looking into the camera. They're really good at releasing these one-off records from people who are not known for releasing this kind of music, like Scott Hall. Scott Hall, of course, for people out there who don't know, he's from Anal Cunt and Pig Destroyer / Agoraphobic Nosebleed fame. So you know, or you would assume that you know what you're getting yourself into with this release, but like the liner notes said, that he went back and he listened to a bunch of his favorite Ennio Morricone albums, the scores for movies that he had done that Hall loved, as well as listening to a lot of Vangelis' stuff. And I will say that the Vangelis influence here, he's wearing this on his sleeve. I can hear elements of Ennio Morricone throughout as well, but because I'm such a huge fan of Vangelis, and I have been for so long, it's like I can relate to that aspect of this record more, and I hear those influences ring through so much more than... What the fuck was that? Okay, this might not have been a good idea. I don't think I'm gonna die or anything, I'm not being that dramatic, but there are a lot of weird fucking noises out here right now. But anyways, yes, back to Requiem. You can hear the Vangelis influence, it's dripping all over this album, and I do like how this album sort of like, it blurs the line between so many different types of music. I mean, there's a blues influence, there's jazz influence, there's a lot of like, there's an ambient sort of wash over all of this, and then there's a couple tracks that are just more straightforward, like down-tempo electronic music. I don't know what that is. And because I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I keep thinking about Leatherface, and I hear cars, and yet I don't see headlights. Maybe I am gonna die. And it's great, because I'm freezing too. But yeah, I mean, the other thing that I loved about this album was the artwork, and Relapse has never, ever went cheap with their artwork, especially when it comes to these sort of like really odd one-offs. This comes in an oversized CD slipcase that has, well, not really a slipcase, it's more like a cardboard vinyl case, so to speak, that's for a CD, and it's oversized, so it does look more vinyl-ish. And I like how the booklet is actually glued into the inlay, and you can flip through it, and the back page, like I said, is securely attached to the actual front, or the back of the front of the album. The artwork is fantastic. I love the font they chose. I love the feel of this record, and I love how overall there's a real peaceful sense that I get from this record, despite some of the tracks being really heavy and really scary sounding, because I believe he used a bunch of these tracks for a friend's movie I believe he was working on them for, and then a couple people heard these and they said that these have to be released on their own, because I'm not really sure if the movie ever actually ended up happening. That does happen a lot with independent films, of course, and it is good that these got released because they are incredible sounding. And like I said, there's a real there's also, too, in addition to there like being an overwhelming sense of peacefulness to this record, there's a lot of maturity here. And coming from somebody who's as loud and as abrasive as Scott Hall, people would make a lot of assumptions wrongly here. And like I said, this record it's very mature, and it's very developed, and it has a lot of orchestral sensibilities, I suppose. And I love this record, and I've loved this record since I picked it up back when I was a kid in the early 2000s. So, yeah. So this is pushing 4 minutes. So I'm going to go. So thank you so much for sitting with me for a few minutes while I discuss Scott Hall's Requiem. It came out on Relapse way back when, in the early 2000s. I heard a bunch of fucking weird noises. This might have been a really bad idea. But if you liked this review and you want to do something nice for somebody, I would really appreciate that. And again, thank you so much. I will see you guys soon, assuming I'm not eaten or run over by an invisible car. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.